it's Ryder T. Omega from Obsidian Kingdom, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show on Hard Rock Hell Radio.
So I've got Ryder from Obsidian Kingdom with me now. How's it going, man?
Hey, Dan. Well, it's, I'm really excited to have the new album out and talking about it all day. It's all I do.
So you just released your third album, Meat Machine, back in September. I've heard it many times now. The album just gets better and better with each listen. Are you happy with how it's been received?
Yes, very much so, because, it's not an easy album on the ear, and as you said, it needs a few listens before it starts growing on you. So I was afraid that not everybody would, give it the chance it deserves, but apparently, it's going well. So, like, people are getting hooked onto it, and they're diving deeper into it, so that, they're catching all the nuances and everything we threw in it.
It's an intelligent album.
It is, but it tries not to, in the sense that it has so many layers of appreciation. So, like, if you just want to hear a metal track, you can do it, without thinking too much about what is being said. That is there too. But if you want to get more from it, that is there too.
Yeah, I mean, I know you get this a lot, but you are genre mystifying. It's like, how would you describe your music to the listeners? Because you move from black metal to progressive to classic to rock to industrial. It's hard to expect what's next, and that's what makes it exciting to listen to.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the trick. I think that short attention spans that we have nowadays, because of all the info that it's being shot at us at all times. You need to have something very engaging in order for people to pay attention to it. So that was not our main goal, in fact, because we always do this like genre mixing thing. I think it's mostly due to the fact that we're very curious people, and we're always discovering new stuff that influences us, and we want to throw it into the music we do. But it gets hectic in times, and I think that is reflected in the album.
For sure.
Being all over the place. I'm not sure it's a good thing, though.
Oh, from the listener's perspective, it is definitely a good thing. It keeps you on your toes, as we say. It's always there's always something new coming through, and that's what's great. So how do you think you're maturing, evolving as you move through the albums? You're obviously getting a lot of press coverage and attention. And how's it gone from like the first album to now? What's the difference? What's changed?
I think we've kind of strayed from metal in the strict sense.
From the Mantis album, which was a bit heavier, wasn't it?
Yeah, like it was a great mix of styles, but it was mostly metal styles. I mean, sure, there was a little bit of jazz, a little bit of drone, but for the most part, it was like black metal, death metal, thrash metal, and it was too rooted in rock music. So we tried to shift that in A Year with No Summer, which is our previous release. Which was more like alternative rock and electronic and even pop. So the thing is that we didn't manage to get out the metal scene. I don't know why. I think it's impossible to do. Like bands like Anathema or Ulver, who don't do metal anymore, are still getting reviews in the metal media. It's like you can't get out of it. But that isn't a bad thing. I think there is a circuit for open-minded metalheads, so to say. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I can agree with that. So how do you guys write, and what are the themes? It doesn't sound like it's an easy type of music to create. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. In fact, it takes us a lot of time to
a lot of headaches
on the themes. Yeah, it's a headache and a fight. Because like we're very democratic in that way. Like everybody has the same power in the band, and everybody can bring in ideas and write songs for themselves. It's just they have to be approved by the majority. So we're always voting and reviewing and proposing. So it's not very dynamic. But it's the only way we can make sure that at the end of the day, everybody's satisfied with what we put out. So basically, we do a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Instead of just rehearsing, we discuss ideas a lot,
That's important.
and we like get together for whole weekends and like a reading club maybe.
Yeah, I got you. That's cool. So, what's the history with the band? You know, how did it all start? Because I know that you're the founder and only original member in the band right now. Has it been a tough ride with changing members, or does every new member bring about a new edge that benefits the sound of the band?
It's both, but I'd rather we don't change members ever again because
Really?
it's very
Of
difficult.
course, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and also like we're pushing 40 right now, most of us. So, you know, to get the kind of engagement you need to maintain a band from somebody who needs to pay for their household or having kids,
Of course.
it's getting increasingly difficult. And at the same time, if you you know, enlist teenagers, they're on a different wavelength. Yeah, I mean, changing lineup is horrible. I hate it. But it's happened so many times that I'm sure that it will happen again. So we'll just
Work with
go.
it. And how did it all start with you? Because it was mid 2000, wasn't it? You started Obsidian Kingdom.
Yeah, I was like 18 years old, and I just wanted to play black metal, but like unholy black metal. But no,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the music that I was into back in the day. So I just I wrote an advertisement in the local newspaper, and I found a crazy drummer who's not in the band anymore, sadly. But yeah, we started doing regular black metal. Maybe it was a little bit proggy, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So it took us like 10 years to start doing different music, but unique music. I don't know if it's different, but at least it felt more honest. We were not just copying.
Yeah, I see. I know. I get that. So having a female vocal on the album really makes it for me. You know, it sounds incredible, especially on the track "A Foe." Do you write a female line, or is it just split between you?
No, that was an accident. As most of the things that happen in Obsidian Kingdom, it was just, you know, it happened by chance.
Yeah.
When we changed the guitar player, we had Irene Ian. She was all right as a guitar player, but she was a much better singer. So when she was bringing her ideas to the rehearsal room, she was singing them. Like she had ideas for songs, and she was writing some lyrics, and they were meant for me because I was the singer. But as she was singing them to show them to us, they were so good, and we thought, damn, I mean, why don't you sing it this time?
Yeah.
And we were so happy with it that she actually was singing 5 of the 10 songs in the record.
Wow.
But she called it quits in the middle of the recording. So we were faced with a very difficult decision, which was either we kept the songs as they were, knowing that we would never be able to play them live, or we re-recorded them like really fast because we were way out of studio time.
Yeah.
And that's what you can listen to the album now.
Yeah.
However, 2 of those songs couldn't be replaced because of her vocal range.
Right, yeah.
That's Flesh World and A Foe. And I'm really happy they stayed that way. But, you know, the downside is that we'll never be able to play them. But, oh well.
Yeah. So what inspires and influences the band? What gets you going? What music do you where do you come from apart from black metal?
Yeah, but like we listen to so few metal these days. We mostly listen to I don't know, a lot of electronic music.
Yeah.
Like pure electronic music, like techno.
Really?
Or or you know, cold wave or industrial hip hop, like heavily electronic influenced music, not necessarily electronic.
I can see why.
And we listen to a lot of.
I can see why.
Yeah.
I can see why Obsidian Kingdom is so messed up now. With the sound, I can
It always is.
all these things coming in.
Yeah, you know, originally Meat Machine was supposed to be an electronic record, and we tried that, but we failed. We failed miserably. Like when we presented the draft to our producer, he thought it was like super boring, uninteresting, and lame, and told us that well, either we rewrote it or he was out.
Right.
And since he's been with us since the very beginning, we trusted him, so we redid the whole thing.
So do you feel like
you've
got a metal market back now? The metal fans tapping into you more now?
Oh yeah. I mean, we've always had metalheads.
More so now. More so.
Really, I wouldn't be able to say because we haven't toured this record yet.
Yeah.
But my guess is that it's always been metalheads. That hasn't changed since the start. It's just that they're more open-minded. I don't know what they call it, like hipster metal. You know the festival in the Netherlands, Roadburn. They have this kind of vibe. They always program aggressive music, like kind of metal-y, but they're always in the fringes of metal.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we dwell mostly.
A good crossover as well. A little bit of a crossover.
Yeah, necessarily, because if we want to bring so many things into the pot that one of the hardest things is putting them together, like how to mix, an auto-tune with a groove metal riff and some electronic synths.
Yeah.
But I think we pulled it off.
Oh, you do, yeah, for sure. Artwork and image is something that's strong with you guys. Who comes up with the ideas? Is it a collective thing, like you said about being a democracy, or is it you?
Yeah. No, it's exactly the same. And some of us work in video or are designers. So everybody brings their ideas to the table. We mostly sub hire all those things because we're not good enough designers to do it ourselves. But like the briefing, we write. And I think it's an essential part of what a rock band means. I mean, if you want to communicate ideas and feelings, music oftentimes falls short. You need other formats like, video, design, poetry, everything you put out, even if it's just a post or an Instagram story, it's communicating something for the band. So you have to, I think we do good taking care of it.
Yeah, you do.
Because that's just another projection of our art.
It's so important. It really is important because, I mean, that's another thing that draws people in. And this one, I noticed you used the beautiful Palace Hotel here in Barcelona for the recent photo shoot as well.
Oh, yeah.
What a place that is. That draws the eye, that and what you're wearing and everything. It's really important.
Yeah, I believe so. We were so lucky with that, man, because, because of the lockdown, the hotel was empty, so we got a really nice deal.
Oh, cool. That's good.
Hiring that place, it's expensive, but they were desperate, so we got to do it. It would have been impossible without COVID. Yeah. So, well, at least we got that.
And what were you drinking in those shots?
Lafroig. It's my favorite scotch ever.
Yeah. And I've seen you guys smoking cigars in the photos as well. I'm a fan of the odd Cuban myself. What's your favorite cigar?
I really like the Cuban kind, Obman and Partagas.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe Montecristo.
Montecristo, of course. So what up to now, what's your proudest moment to date? What's the, whether it be coverage from the press or a good show, what's your proudest moment?
Yeah, sadly lately there's no life experiences that I can be so proud of, and it's been like 3 years before we've hit a stage.
Up to COVID. I think up to the pandemic then.
Yeah. But we've gotten great hits by the press. Like we went on the cover of Metal Hammer.
I saw that
in Spain.
Very cool.
And that was a huge highlight for us.
Massive.
Like this is the magazine that we were buying when we were kids.
Yeah, of course.
And seeing our face there, it was just incredible. A dream come true.
Absolutely. So have you got a funny story you can share with me and my listeners from the time with the band?
On the last tour, we were playing in Poland, and as you know, there is a lot of right-wing people there.
Yeah.
So a lot of skinheads came to our show, just get in trouble with our fans. But what they didn't know is that we were touring with Intronaut, who are from California,
Yeah.
and their guitar player is like a jiu-jitsu superstar.
Oh, really? Really?
So we ended up kicking their asses instead. So they yeah, it was like it all finished with them in the police cars, but severely beaten up.
Wow.
Dave got like a distension in his leg because of kicking them so hard. So he was like limping for the rest of the tour.
Good God.
Like, I hope it doesn't happen again, though.
No, sure, of course. So what's your opinion of the Spanish metal scene? Are there some good bands coming through now?
Yeah, sure. I can recommend Fusco, who are also on System of Mist and are also from Barcelona.
Okay, cool.
And they also try to produce their own different blend of the black metal.
Yeah.
It's not even black metal. It's just, metal. They call it dark metal or whatever. Yeah. But I suggest you check them out. Yeah. And there's another good band. It's not from Barcelona. They're called Viva Belgrado. And they do like screamo with major chords. Yeah. So it's kind of happy music. That's talking about sad stuff. It's not really my thing, but they're great. So check them out as well.
So what's next with Obsidian Kingdom? Obviously, you got a tour with Enslaved in May 21. Hopefully that goes ahead. Yeah. Festival slots, something else? So. All being set up?
Sadly, because, all the festivals that got cancelled this year are going to happen next year, but the lineup is going to be the same. So since we missed the train back then, there are no available slots for 2021. Yeah. So I'm afraid, though, we're not going to be in a lot of festivals next year. But yeah, the Enslaved tour is huge. Like that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. And if it doesn't happen in May, we have some spare dates, so it will happen.
That's great. Look forward to that one. Well, Ryder, thanks for joining me on the show. Good luck with the future, and let's hope we can get together for a cerveza and a cigar soon.
Well, man, definitely. We're not that far away. And exactly. Of course, for all our listeners, I really hope to see you soon, guys.